All right, now we're at Marbecks, and we're with Jen Halligan, who's going to tell us all about what. First of all, I have to ask you what your first record was you ever got.
All right, the first one I bought myself was from Woolworths in Mangere Town Centre. It was 1979. It was the Eagles' The Long Run.
The Eagles' The Long Run.
Yeah, I got panned at the time. Probably post, but I love the sort of slick guitar work they had on that album.
Yeah, it's got a kind of, and that whole album has kind of this dark vibe to it.
Yeah,
kind
totally.
of like, which I've come back to that album and learned to appreciate it over the years.
Okay.
So I think you did well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But probably not on the day. Did you get made fun of by your friends?
Well, I was only 8 years old at the time, so it wasn't until years later when they saw it in my record collection that they made fun of it and have done to this day.
Excellent.
To be honest.
Fantastic. All right, so what have you guys at Marbecks got planned for Record Store Day? I see you have some live things happening. Tom Brown and the boys and Sandy Mill and all that.
Like most years, we take it as a real sort of celebration of New Zealand music and New Zealand musicians in general, not only for the day itself of celebrating record stores, but also celebrating the music community.
Right.
So we always try to have some fantastic artists. This year we've got Hoo playing. I don't know if you've heard them before, but they're a fantastic kind of, I wouldn't describe them as a guitar jam band, but there's definitely some nice strains of that throughout their music. Dave Weir, who you've probably heard before, yep, he'll be playing as well. Ex-New Gum Son, he'll be playing some new material, I believe, which we're really looking forward to. Sandy Mill and band is also playing. She's just released a new EP via Bandcamp, and of course is a vocalist for Neil Finn and long-time vocalist for SJD. And then we also have Hopetown Brown, which is a pretty good way to kick off the day.
Now, where do the bands set up? Do you have them in the store or out in the hall?
We actually have them out there in the arcade itself.
Right.
It's a nice big space, and actually in the past some of the musicians who have performed here have thought that they would love to record here because the acoustics are so good. Such a huge cavernous room.
Natural reverb action going on.
Total natural reverb. So the guitarists amongst them and the vocalists seem to like that. So it's a good little setup.
Now, the important stuff is what Record Store Day records are you going to have? Do you have any idea yet?
Well, as per usual, we put a wish list out there, and that we are at the bottom of the world, I guess, in some ways. New Zealand, just you get what you're given in some ways.
Sure.
But I've got a list here of things that I probably need to refer to because there's so many things coming. There's the 7-inch of Kevin Morby and Waxahachie, which they did as a charity single digitally a few months back. They're going to release that as a 7-inch.
Right.
Parquet Courts have a record coming out. Car Seat Headrest have a record coming out. Daughter. The Mekons.
Are they still around? Oh my God!
There we go. Bobby Gentry live at the BBC, which I'm looking forward to because the BBC always had their sound on point, so that should be some beautiful recordings. Electric Wizard album coming. Of course, the usual Frank Zappa. There's always a Frank Zappa release at New Year's on Record Store Day.
Like New Year's,
it kind of is like New Year's Day in a way. The Cure mixed up LP, that'll be pretty big for us, I think.
Now that you mention it, I think they should put out calendars that go back to year 0 would be the first Record Store Day, and then we could be like year 7 or whatever.
That's not a bad idea. There's heaps. Dragon's got an LP coming out. Rage Against the Machine, the Democratic National Convention 2000, which I think has been bootlegged from memory in the past, but it's coming out.
So these are all coming out on vinyl, right?
All coming out on LP or 7-inch and so on and so forth. Cypress Hill Black Sunday remix album, which I've already got a couple of people asking about. There's so much.
I think the thing I'm looking forward to is Courtney Barnett, the reissues of the first couple of EPs they're putting together as LPs.
So. Well, we're putting our wish list down, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But, be definitely worth coming in, and there'll be specials across the board. We've got 1,000 sale LPs turning up, which we're starting to get in now. We're reducing a lot of stock ourselves. We've got some nice box sets, beautiful Jaco Pastorius box set.
Jaco Pastorius box set?
Yeah, it's real nice. It came out for Record Store Day last year, I believe, from memory. We've still got a few of them.
Is it his solo stuff, or is it him playing with like?
It's a bunch of stuff actually. I would like to show you one there now, but I can't reach for it. It's,
no problem.
They're locked away under lock and key. And some World Circuit stuff, and just general sale things that we've sort of been gathering over the last few months.
And did I see you're like hiding vouchers and win some of the records?
That's right. Yep, there'll be a bunch of $100 gift vouchers that will be shrink wrapping inside the LPs. So they're just going to be randomly inserted into LPs, and then I guess hopefully a couple of lucky punters on the day, or several lucky punters on the day, may in fact find them. Or even if they find it post Record Store Day, they'll still be...
Now when we're done recording this, you're going to give me a lowdown on where these are, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Of course, definitely. You'll get all of them.
Yes, thank you. Well, it sounds like, and this place must get packed.
Yeah, it does, it does. I mean, you know, everybody does the rounds, which is really nice, because you get, throughout the day, you get peaks of people coming in at different times, and we've got entertainment pretty much starting from 9 o'clock in the morning right through until 7 o'clock when we're going to close that day. Alongside all the live acts, we've got DJs. Russell Brown's going to DJ, Sea-Dog 420 is going to DJ, and myself will be DJing as well. And towards the end of the day, it just becomes a bit of a celebration, you know. It's heaps of fun.
Can't beat hanging out in a record store all day.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, totally.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and there's always a good vibe. Yeah. Like, people are really happy to kind of be supporting as well.
My theory is the happiest place on earth is always a record store. When are you going to see anybody miserable? Unless they're in the Morrissey section.
Yeah, we get a bit of that. we get a bit of that. But no, it is nice, and for us to also reciprocate to them that we do appreciate the people that have stuck through, you know, the last 10 years of you know, 10 years ago it was difficult to get local suppliers to stock records. So, you know, by the people in the community supporting us, it's helping to support the business as a whole. That means we're getting more and more records being released here, which, as you would know, as a record by yourself, didn't quite happen for quite some years. You know, everything was imported, and now people are seeing a different different side of it again, which is great.
Excellent. All right. Well, we'll be down here on the day, checking it all out. Thank you very much.
Nice to see you, man.
You too.